Welcome back. I'm Carissa Kranz. That was prosecution's opening statements in the Jessica Chambers trial. This is a case that we're following really closely. This is our main trial. It is a trial that is gripping the nation because the defendant is now standing trial a second time for these heinous crimes which he allegedly committed. There's also an Oxygen series this weekend about this trial. This is where the girl, the Mississippi cheerleader, was burned alive. Really an awful crime. Another case that we are following for you is a national one. It's the Bill Cosby case. And as of yesterday, we had, when I was here anchoring at the end of the day, Elura come in, our law and crime. Hey, Elura, nice to see you on the set with us. You gave us an update yesterday about what we can expect today with sentencing. And since you're live in the courtroom, we would love an update.
Thank you, Carissa. It's great to be here. Tensions are very high here at the courthouse in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania today. We started today just finishing up some details on the first phase of this penalty hearing, which is whether or not Cosby was deemed a sexually violent predator. Now, this is separate and apart from just being classified as a sex offender. This is the top 10% of sex offenders that qualify for this sort of special treatment, meaning that they are the most serious sex offenders and have to report for life. They have to check in more often. They have to go to mandatory counseling. So the judge did declare Bill Cosby a sexually violent predator. We then finished up just some brief closing arguments to add to what happened yesterday. We also heard Bill Cosby actually offered the chance to allocute, which means have the last word here and at least give a statement on the record. He declined to do that. We are all headed back into the courtroom in just a few minutes where the judge is about to hand down the sentence. I will tell you that tensions here are quite high. As I was in the hallway exiting the courtroom, there were multiple people protesting. Some were protesting. Some were simply there with their own points of view. There was a woman in the elevator who was talking about her own history of sexual assault who actually partially collapsed in the elevator. So this is very exciting. Tensions are very high.
And do you feel like you're getting a sense one way or another what the sentence is going to be, or is it just unclear and we need to wait and see?
Well, you know, it's not entirely clear right now, although the judges reduced the potential, not the judge actually, the prosecution and defense have agreed to merge the counts, which eliminates some of the outer extremes of potential sentence. So we're probably looking at a maximum of 3 to 4 years in jail as a maximum. But we really have not been given any kind of indication as to what the judge will rule. Simply, he has walked us through a little bit about his decision-making and talked about some evidence or some factors that he has not considered. But we really don't have any indication about what he's going to do at this point.
Okay. Well, thanks, Elura. We will keep on standby waiting for you to give us the next update. We really appreciate having you there, and it's wonderful to have live, up-to-date testimony with the courthouse right behind you and all the other cameras. Really brings us right there, so thank you so much.
Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.
Thanks. All right, Linda, let's talk about that for a second with this Bill Cosby case. This is a case that we have, watched on all the networks, and it's, first one was, tried, and then it was tried again, and now here he is in his 80s, facing possibly the rest of his life in prison. But there are also lots of victims. What do you think?
Lots of victims. Lots. Well, he's going to get the maximum just on this victim, but that's a real interesting issue.
So you think jail time?
Yeah, jail time. The uncharged crimes, because that's a hot topic in law. As you know, Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court nominee, it doesn't believe that you should have uncharged crimes making a sentence bigger in the federal system. So this is a perfect place it applies. Isn't this like the two cases come together where you have other women, and there's always other women, aren't there?
Well, they seem to be coming forward. As soon as one comes forward, others feel safe to come forward.
That's right.
It's the whole concept of safety in numbers.
That's right.
So, it's important to also note in this case that Bill Cosby, while he could be facing the rest of his life in prison, he could also be facing house arrest or probation.
That's right.
We really don't know, but I think you're right. Too many people are all hung up on this case.
He committed a sexual assault. I mean, he drugged somebody to have sex against her. She didn't have any consent. To me, that's 4 years. That should be the max. But 3 years years plus the year for the enhancement.
Right, especially with the media attention that this is getting and all the other hype around the Me Too movement, because this one is a poster. We have to take a quick break. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes.